Hello, my name is Polisa Nicolette Mackey, and I live in Dallas, Texas. And I am a freelance painter. I like to sing, I like to read, I write poetry. I have just recently graduated from Bible College with my bachelor's in general studies with a focus on musical theater. So, tons of acting, tons of dance classes, all the things. And at the moment, I'm working as a stalker and a backup cashier assistant at Target. Now, going into my non-theatrical work experience, I have always done work in and outside of the theater since I was about 15. I've worked in coffee shops, I've worked as a server in multiple different restaurants, I have worked as a swim coach, I worked as a home healthcare aide for a girl with spinal muscular atrophy, so she needed the full level of care, bathing, feeding, meds. She could not move at all. I did that for a few years before I moved to Pennsylvania to get my degree. And while I was also in Pennsylvania, I spent over a year working at a ramen shop called Issei Noodle. There I did food prep, I was a server, I did hostess, packed up to-go orders, handled reservations. And while I was there, I can safely say that was the best job I've ever had, because not only did I get to practice my Japanese skills, because the owner was half Japanese, half Vietnamese. He was super cool. But I also got to practice my interpersonal skills, and a lot of our clientele were from all over the country, and we had a lot of foreign exchange students as well. Ramen is very popular, so we had students from Japan, Korea, Laos, like lots of different places in Asia and even outside of Asia. So I like to think I'm very good at conversing with people from all different types of backgrounds. And yeah, as far as my video game experience, I was actually really excited about this question because I spent much of the time in my formative years playing video games. My favorite are something called JRPGs, which stands for Japanese role-playing games. I played a lot of Final Fantasy. My favorite is Final Fantasy X. I played a lot of Kingdom Hearts on multiple different platforms, from the PS2, where the early ones came out, to now you have it on, I believe, the these are on PS3 or PS4. And also I think it's available on the Switch. I played Zelda. I played a lot of Super Smash Brothers, and I've also played a lot of dating sims. I played a lot of dating sims on my phone. One of my favorites is a Japanese one called Ikemen Sengoku, which means hotties from the Warring States era. Ikemen meaning hottie, and then Sengoku means Sengoku Jidai, which is my favorite period in Japanese history, by the way. It's like warring clans. Oh, I could geek out about it for forever. Oda Nobunaga, like all of that stuff. It's just my thing. I love that. Anyway, speaking of Japanese stuff, I have been teaching myself Japanese on and off for the past 5 years, and I'd like to showcase a bit of that to you right now. 自己紹介しましょう。はい。はじめまして、ペリサマキと申します。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。27歳です。趣味は歌うとか、読むとか、Netflix も大好き。Netflix を見る大好きです。アニメもいっぱいアニメを見ました。興味は日本の文化です。そして5年ぐらいで日本語を一人勉強しました。今は私の日本語はちょっともっとカジュアルみたいな、敬語をあまり勉強しない。でも毎日日本語を勉強します。特に先に敬語を勉強します。でも普通の会話もちろんできるです。これからも頑張ります。ありがとうございます。And suppose now I will do the show and tell monologue for you. Miss? Miss? Yes, okay. This is my bear. His name is Paul. He is short for a polar bear, and he has brown eyes, you see, like this, and he has a nose that's shaped like a heart. My aunt got him for me for Christmas last year, and he's real soft. If you see, like, he squishes. And my daddy said I could bring him to school if I make sure not to get him dirty, because sometimes I like to play with him, but I play a little too hard. Last night I brought him to dinner to eat with me, and he got a little bit of like dirt, like, see right here. He got a little bit of, Josh, stop! I'm trying to present! You have to be quiet when someone else is talking. Thank you. So, like I was saying, he had a little bit of dirt right here on me. Well, my daddy washed it, so you can't see it, but he's clean now. He's a year old. He's a baby. He's real young. But I take care of Poe because I'm his mommy, and he's my best Steffi. And he's my favoriteest. If anybody wants to hold him, you have to show me your hands first, okay? Okay? You have to, because if you don't, he could get dirty and I could get in trouble. So you have to show me your hands first. Yeah, here you go. Thank you. Now, the improv-a-log. Hey, Mr. Stewart. How you doing today, sir? I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for asking. And thank you for taking the time to hear me out in what I'm trying to ask for. Yes, the raise we discussed in the email. Well, as you know, I've been working for this company. Yes, of course. I've been working for this company for 3 years now. And when I was first hired, it was most certainly an entry-level position. I answered phone calls, I wrote emails, I organized our appointment schedule for the office to make sure that no teachers ever missed a lesson here. I know that this music school is very prestigious, and you guys have been doing a phenomenal job for a company that's only been open for 4 years. And so when I joined the company, I wanted to make sure that I always gave 110%. And Mr. Stewart, I know that you have complimented me on that once or twice. I'm always on time. I always cover when any of the other secretaries have an emergency call out. I try to be sure that I'm available to help when we are overwhelmed with new students, when there's a need to do more communications with the various music shops that we work with to do our rental system. And as you recall, I created a new system of organizing our rental paperwork so that none of the children that come here for lessons are being left behind because their paperwork's getting lost. Now, remember how it used to be lost all the time? Yes, sir. I took a lot of time. A lot of my overtime actually was dedicated to making sure that our system for how we run and organize our rental applications for instruments for our students is organized in a better way. And I know that that's been a great asset to your company because it's something that you and a few of our managers have discussed with me. I also feel that in giving 110% of myself to this job, more has been expected of me in the past year. I've even found myself being asked to train new people, which has not been in my earlier job description, but I've been very open to doing so. However, recently, I've realized that a lot of the responsibilities that are being delegated to me, trusted to me, are not being matched by the compensation package we originally discussed. And I would like to change that. I see. Well, thank you for letting me know where the company stands. I, unfortunately, cannot continue to do the level of work that is being asked of me for the compensation package that has been given to me. So you can expect a letter of resignation within the next 48 hours. And I thank you so much for the growth that you have allowed me to obtain in my career field. But I think it's time to move somewhere where my skills are compensated in a different way. Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful day, Mr. Stewart. Thank you so much. 聞いてくれてありがとうございます。